All right, here we go. You ever fight about how much sex you're having in your marriage? Well, this dispute starts with an email, then it seems everybody gets in on the act. Here's specifically what happened. Husband does not think he and his wife are having enough sex, so he emails her a spreadsheet. He's kept tabs outlining the number of times he's tried to have sex with his wife, how many times she said yes. He's even has her excuses outlined in this email. By the way, 28 tries, they had sex 3 times. It's over a month and a half, so the average about a little bit of sex every 16 days. So then she gets the email and then posts the email on her Reddit account, which is now locked, by the way. She called the email immature. 600 plus people commented. What do you think about that? I'll take your calls. 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. Whose side are you on? The husband? The wife? I think they're both wrong. My personal take is he should not have sent the email. I think she was wrong in posting it on Reddit and calling it immature. They got an issue here, don't they? Dr. Dion Metzger back with us, by the way, our psychiatrist. Your thoughts?
I agree. I think there's a better way to communicate rather than posting it online or even emailing it. If you felt like there wasn't enough sex in the marriage, how about you talk about it in person or on the phone?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he was trying to make a point. He was taking notes the whole way through. And let's go over some of the excuses, by the way. And it seems like there's like a running list of them. She's too tired. That happened a couple of times.
I saw that one.
Needed a shower. She felt she was sweaty and gross. A couple of times it was she either wanted to watch TV or a movie. And then the other one was booze. Either one or the other was a little too drunk.
And
that ran over a couple of times.
Yeah, I saw that he even timed it. Like, if she said that she needed a shower, she didn't shower till the next morning. He even documented the timing of everything.
So where does he go wrong?
He goes wrong by documenting. I think documenting is kind of going over the line. Why not just talk about it? Why have to make a spreadsheet, which you plan on telling her later? I think just a face-to-face talk would have been enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
And she goes wrong with what?
With posting it online. I mean, that's private information for your marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope the marriage is doing okay. We don't have that
so
follow-up. But and you've dealt with couples, right, where this sex is a big issue, right?
Yeah, and when you've seen it, and it can be a major stressor, whether it's, you know, the wife who doesn't want to do it, or the husband, because sometimes the spouse may fear that there's cheating going on, or it may just bring an emotional strain on the marriage overall. So it does become a huge stressor.
There you go.
But
okay.
Talk about it.
1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. How do you get, because this is a tough one to talk about.
Right.
When's the right time to talk about it? Because it isn't the right time when it's 11 at night and you've tried and failed and tensions are high, right? Maybe at noon over a cup of coffee.
I think during the day. Probably not when you're tired. When you're alert, you want to talk about it. I think during the day is probably a good time. When you wake up in the morning, just not right at the time that you got to know. Probably not the ideal time to talk about it.
Okay, again, 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number if you want to chime in. We have with us friend of the program, comedian Carolyn Castiglia. Carolyn, what do you think of this one? How are you, by the way?
I'm great. How are you, buddy?
Good. Email's out there, and he's laid out the excuses that she's given him. What do you think?
Well, first of all, this guy is so likable, I don't understand why his wife is pushing him away. You know what I mean? I got to tell you, I love this spreadsheet. It's hilarious to me. I want to put it out there that these are his interpretations of what she said, right? She very well may have said, no, honey, you know, I'm not feeling so great. And then he types into this spreadsheet, right? Like, big ugly ogre needs to shower more, fat. You know what I mean? That's not fair, right? And even the yeses, he puts the yeses in italics, like they're so filled with disdain. He's like, yeah, she caved, but the only response I got was a fart. You know, it's like, well, that's what you get for doing it with her when she said she was full, buddy. Don't spend your date night at Chili's.
There you go. And she's right. I'm looking at the yes italics. 28 tries, 3 yeses. There you go. 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number if you want in on this conversation. Her account locked, by the way, we want to say that. 600 plus comments as they try and work their way through this. Again, you've worked, what do you tell couples where this is the issue?
Communication. This is what we say. We say if there's a problem, because sometimes the sex may go down because of another reason that they're not discussing. So I always say just talk about it. What's causing it? What's the problem?
There you go. And Carolyn, y'all, seems like you've got the husband who doesn't pay attention to his wife for 3 days, and then all of a sudden, hey, how about a little action?
Yeah, exactly. 3 times a month is a pretty good ratio. You know what I mean? I feel like most busy couples, if they get it in 3 times, they're pretty happy, you know? I want to see a spreadsheet made of excuses that the guys give, right? That it's like, nope, can't, too busy watching a movie with my hand down my pants. You know, nope, can't, too busy thinking about my mother. You know, come on.
This is a ball on a tee for Carolyn, by the way. She's just hitting them out of the park today.
Oh, definitely.
All right, clock's ticking. If you still want in, 1-877-TEL-HLN is the number. You think the marriage is in trouble, by the way, as you see this play out? Carolyn's saying yes. Dion, what do you think?
It could be strained. I think it can be fixable.
Okay.
If they talk about it.
Okay, talk about it. Communicate. Yeah. Carolyn, what do you think? Trouble here?
I think there's definitely trouble, and I want to see this guy at work because I'm sure he has trouble there too, right? He's making PowerPoints. He's like, hey, John, look at this PowerPoint. Boobs, 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 boobs.
Carolyn Castiglia on fire. Dr. Dion Metzger, you as well. Thank you guys so much.